Hello and welcome. Now we're going to talk about the clash between Gadzimurad Antigulov and Maxim Grishin. Maxim Grishin, he's kind of lighter heavyweight, but he surprised me in the last outing against Marcin Tybura. Radian scored 38-2. He is 36 years old, lighter heavyweight, but he was very much weaker than Marcin Tybura in their outing. 6'3", 76 inches is his reach, and at PFL he scored some very much dominant wins, and I was expecting it would go better. I mean, especially after that head kick knockout victory over Mate Batinic. He was losing to Magomed Ankalaev and some other big names, but when I watch the guys he defeated, I mean, also lost to Goran Gugashvili, but these are all big names. He defeated Alexander Volkov, man. He defeated Julio Cesar de Lima, Sokoju, also Trevor Prangley, Rodney Wallace, Dorian Ilic. These are all big names, but right now he didn't show a good level of shape, especially against Marcin Tybura, who purely outgrappled him. Grishin is a fearsome striker, and everybody knows that. He is also skillful on the ground, but it seems he is predominantly a striker, not the greatest wrestler in the world, but good with ground and pound, good with transitions. But if Grishin keeps the fight standing, it's probably a great recipe to win. He also showed critical stamina against Marcin Tybura. I was very surprised. I mean, comparing to his match from 2012 against Joachim Christensen, whom he outworked purely, whom he outworked fair and square. This was a big surprise to me, And Maxim Grishin, from what I could have seen, he is a better striker, but his wrestling performance is not the greatest in the world. He is kind of very well-rounded mixed martial artist, but I've seen that he kind of lacks in strength against Marcin Tybura. He wasn't strong enough. I don't know why. And Marcin Tybura out-wrestled him. The other side, Gadzimurad Antigulov, is master of sports in wrestling. So this is going to be a hard fight for Grishin. Freestyle wrestler, boxer, and sambo fighter. That's Gadzimurad Antigulov. Radian scored 27. But luckily for Grishin, he's on a cold streak, with losses to Jon Kutalaba, Mikhail Alexichuk, and Paul Craig, triangle choke loss to Paul Craig, KO losses against Kutalaba and Alexichuk. Prior to that, he defeated Joachim Christensen and Marcus Rogero de Lima via submissions. And Gadzimurad Antigulov is predominantly a ground fighter with great submission game, great meowing, great finishing ability. Yeah, he was unable to defeat Viktor Nemko, but I think this is a nightmare matchup for Maxim Grishin. Despite I'm a huge fan of Maxim Grishin, not gonna lie to you, if Gadzimurad Antigulov takes him down, it's gonna be a very hard night for Grishin. When I take a look at Grishin's score, there is one thing that gives me hope, and that's the fact that Grishin has only been submitted 3 times throughout his whole career. On the other side, Gadzimurad Antigulov, he has been submitted 3 times too, but I'm worried if the fight is taken to the ground. Oh, thank you, sir. But if he gets taken to the ground, that's going to be a very big problem. Very big problem. So I'm very much worried about Grishin, and the only way to win the fight is to keep it standing. That's the only way. So I just hope he will be able to do it. But against Gadzimurad Antigulov, it can really be a nightmare, It can be a nightmare to keep the fight standing. And Paul Craig, Paul Craig outworked him fair and square, via that triangle choke. He let Gadzimurad Antigulov take him down. The only chance for Grishin is to keep the fight standing. That's his only chance in this fight. And considering reach, Gadzimurad Antigulov is 76. Sorry, Maxim Grishin is 76. Gadzimurad Antigulov is 70, which means Maxim Grishin can dance around, land big bombs, big shots, big punches, kicks. He is better striker, but Gadzimurad Antigulov is better ground and pounder and potentially better with submissions. Grishin is better in the clinch, but Antigulov is stronger. So despite this is breaking my heart, when I say this is really breaking my heart. But I'm going to root for Gadzimurad Antigulov, despite I'm a huge fan of Maxim Grishin. Despite I watched some of his kickboxing bouts, for example. I watched his kickboxing bout against Sokoju. I also watched some of other his kickboxing battles, but yeah, against Stepan Bekovac I also watched, but this is breaking my heart, but I'm going to say Gadzimurad Antigulov. But this is breaking my heart, really breaking my heart, but I'm going to give greater chances to Gadzimurad Antigulov.